It's very hard when you're the only one that knows about whatever you do. It's really hard. Nobody knows what the hell I'm talking about over here. I need someone to back me the hell up, and I'm like, and they're like, who the hell is this person? And I'm just like, and I have to keep reminding them who they are. The reason that I felt that it was time to start making some music, I would hear music from the records, the radio, and the TV. There'd be a lot of variety programs in the 70s. Everybody remembers the Mike Douglas Show, the Muppet Show, and all those. And I think, and even on like Sesame Street and the Electric Company, there were people singing all over the place, and I just wanted to be a part of it. I didn't start playing guitar until, I would say, 1988. In the really early days, I was doing a lot of Beatles songs and all that. I mean, like the first year was all Beatles songs, the very first year, because I was just learning. Being an only child, as I am, you get to listen to the music that adults play instead of the music that the children play. And the reason that I decided that I was going to write a song is because I wanted to do something that I'd never done before. And I stumbled upon some lyrics, and I had seen a certain sketch on Sesame Street where Ernie sang about wanting to be on the moon and be in the sea, and I just decided that would make some nice lyrics, and that's how it came to be. Sometimes I imagine I'd like to be on the moon, but I don't want to live there. No, I don't want to live there. Sometimes I imagine I'd like to be on the moon, but I don't want to live there. No, I don't want to live there. There are so many places I would like to be, but not permanently, if you know what I mean. There are so many places I would like to be, but not permanently, if you know what I mean. Sometimes I imagine I'd like to be in the sea, but I don't want to live there. No, I don't want to live there. Sometimes I imagine I'd like to be in the sea, but I don't want to live there. No, I don't want to live there. There are so many places I would like to be, but not permanently, if you know what I mean. There are so many places I would like to be, but not permanently, if you know what I mean. When I finally finished the song, I played it at a talent show at the school, probably just before the year was out, and the talent show was right at the end of May. I won first prize.
Really?
And you know what? I think the reason is because I was the only student to ever write a song in that whole freaking school. Nobody else, no other student, has ever written anything that's been commercially plausible. They would just make up songs out of their head, and the songs would not make sense.
Yeah.
Because that's the kind of school it was. It didn't make sense. A lot of them, had a lot of problems, much more than I did. In fact, they had much more problems than I did. I was probably one of the most stable students in the school. It was a special ed school because they thought that was the best thing for me because there's a whole nother story about that. It's too painful to get into. Because I was just trying to be different. I wasn't following the crowd. I was just trying to be individual. And maybe it did mar my chances of having friends for a while, but if it worked for me, what the hell? See, I don't look to be like other people. I tried that, it didn't work. It's never worked for me, so I just have to be myself. I'm essentially on probation over here. That's why a lot's riding on these shows. I was only starting this in June, and now it's after an 8-year hiatus, and this was Java Jazz at one time. But I'm essentially on probation. I gotta make these people smile tonight, because I'm kind of putting my ass on the line, but I still think I'm essentially on probation. No matter what you do, if it's new, I think you're always on probation when you're trying something new.
Daddy, there's no matter music, this is where it's at. Then the cat on the fiddle really is a swinging cat. I say, hey, hey, diddle diddle, hey, 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 diddle diddle.
I may do a lot of things. I may go on tangents sometimes. I may tell stories that are a little bit weird, and I think they all know back at the place where I work that I'll tell these nice little tales. Some of them are about my childhood, and there's some others. But a lot of the stories I tell are true and not garbage. I don't spread rumors around. It's not really a nice thing to do. Because if you do, obviously you're going to get hurt eventually, and you can't win and most of the time you can't win a friendship back once you've broken it.
Words in my head keep repeating the things that you said when I was with you, and I wonder if it's true. Do you feel the same way too? Still, it's hard being here without you. Being here without you. To be honest with you, I never played that one before. I was over at Borders, and I must have heard this like 5 times. Must have played this like 5 times. It was on the rack or something.
I don't have a bad opinion hardly for anybody unless they've sort of fucked me over. But I don't think I've ever met anybody like that. Maybe a couple, but I've forgotten about them.
Forgive and forget?
You have to, otherwise you know what's going to happen. Otherwise the past catches up to you, and you go back into a depression like you were like I was some years before. And this is why I worry so much. I'm very secretive about certain things because I don't want to hurt anybody. 'Cause I'm very and that's why I appear to be sometimes very nervous sometimes because I don't want to piss anybody off. I can't afford that. Can't afford to piss anybody off at this point. Not with things going so well for me this year. And then they found out, I'm too big a person to do something like that. We really do need to make the world a better place. I mean, on that day, 9/11, nobody wanted to be working or doing anything. And it's very possible we did have suicidal people on that day because it was such a tragic day in 9/11. Sometimes I don't even want to put on the TV news. If nuclear war were to happen, I want to at least have done something good before somebody actually pulls the plug. But I don't think anybody has the gall to pull a plug like that because they're going to die along with us. Because where else are you going to go? They're just going to blow up the whole world? It's ridiculous. Where else is he going to go? He's not going to get a rocket ship just before the world ends and then just hide out somewhere, start a new civilization, which will be a bunch of assholes. But I don't see someone having the gall to start nuclear war. Going back to the state of the world, I think we can do better. We can do better. We just have to put our minds to something. Everybody has to do something. They should be doing the stuff as if they know it's going to be the last thing that they will ever do. If there's something that has to be done with your life, and the world will be better for it, do it now.
Peace on earth, goodwill toward men. Is what we need all over this land. Peace on earth, goodwill toward men. Is what we need all over this land. There's lots of ways we can employ. Can you think of the awful? There's lots of ways we can employ. Can you think of the awful? Peace on earth, goodwill toward men is what we need all over this land. I just hope it's not revenge. Then we'll all be making friends. Ooh, I just hope it's not revenge. Then we'll all be real good friends. There's lots of ways we can and more. Can you think of it all? Peace on earth, goodwill toward men is what we need all over this land. What a beautiful life that we could live. Peace in neighborhood is all we need. What a beautiful life that we could live. Peace in neighborhood is all we need. Oh, the world will be a better place for everyone in the human. Above, let us thank the Lord above. The giving is a dying love. I just hope this conflict ends and then we'll all be real good. There's lots of ways we can and more. Can you think of the awful? Oh, peace on earth, goodwill toward men is what we need all over this land.
I want to be honest with you on something. Listen, we were taught in school to we were taught to lie about your feelings. There are a lot of schools where they're taught to lie about their feelings. When they ask you how you're doing, and you just say fine. A lot of people do that, and when they're really not fine, you can tell it in their face. They are lying to you. I know about this. It's sad to see them have to lie like that and say everything is fine when it isn't fine at all. That's what happens. And now I've gotten to a point where if I want to keep myself clean, not just my body, but my soul, I haven't really not that I really thought about religion, but I do know a couple things about telling the truth.
Like a flower needs the rain, like a railroad needs a train, baby, I love you. Like the winter needs the spring, like a castle needs a king, baby, I need you. Oh, I've loved you for a long time. I love the way you make me feel, and for you I would do anything, because my love is for real. Sleepless nights have gone away, now that you are here to stay, baby, I love you. All those blues of yesterday, they are never gone away, baby, I love you. Through the days and all the years, through the laughter and the tears, baby, I love you. As a lover and a friend, I'll be yours until the end, baby, I love you. Through the days and all the years, through the laughter and the tears, I love you.
When it does come to pass, and I am starting to get old, and I'm starting to not be as peppy and vigorous as I am now, because when we get old, obviously we lose, we're not as strong as we used to be, and we're not, sometimes we're not as happy as we used to be, because there's so many things that we wanted to do but never got the chance to do. And to die without having done all that we want to do is a shame. It's a shame. No two ways about it. See, when it's my time to go, it's my time to go, and I can't do much about it, but at least I've done something while I was alive, and I've met the good, sweet people of the world, and all that,
There are so many places I would like to be, but not permanently, if you know what I mean.
people may be talking about so many places in future releases for years after that. I'll be like in my 50s sometime, and this will be quite later on in the future, and they'll still think of me as the guy that put together there are so many places I would like to be, but not permanently.
He is with me by my side, but that's where I wanna be. That's where I wanna be. That's the only place I would really like to be. And I'm happy as can be whenever you're here with me. That's the only place I would really like to be. And I am happy as can be whenever you're here with me.
So, how did everybody like the show? I pulled it off finally. I pulled this off. I didn't even think I could pull this thing off. Really? No, I think all the people that made this possible today. All the people over here at Java Junction, there, Gary and Brian for doing all the wonderful camera work, and I don't know, is that Scott? Yeah, Scott, who walked with me over to Jack in the Box, filming me that whole thing. And just all of you people who take part in. So thank you very much tonight. There will be another show. I don't know when, but until then, take care.
Looks like we're rolling. Are we rolling? Dave, are we rolling?
Rolling.
We're rolling, man.